And a big welcome, folks, to the fourth running of the FVR Indy 250 here in 2025. Hope you enjoyed that trailer. That was definitely made by us and not Indianapolis. My name is Evan Dalton. It's a pleasure to be back. Look, I'm not too good for FVR anymore. I've returned. It's a pleasure to be back, bringing you this famous race. Unfortunately, no Kyle Davis in the commentary box this year. He didn't fancy his third or second time commentating it. He was called in on a night shift, so unfortunately no Kyle, just myself here today, but we're still going to have a fabulous race nonetheless. 100 laps around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and then we will crown ourselves a winner. Is it going to be a returning winner such as Adam Liu or Scott Sendever, or will we get a first timer, maybe an FVR great, Legend Rosenberg or Luke Davies, who will look to take the win? But look, we're not going to waste any time. Let's run you through your grid for this. I clicked the wrong button. I'm very rusty at this. Let's run you through the grid for this race then. So, now, not your front row. Usually we go front row to back row. It is a random grid, so we don't actually have the qualifying positions yet. But trust me, it matters not. We're going to have a crash come the first corner. So, in the number 3 Tally Hall Chevrolet, it is Adrian Tishy who returns. Adrian, the most appearances in Formula Virtual Racing competition, and he starts in the number 3. Scott Sendever, last year's winner, pipping Legend Rosenberg through the final corner. He starts in the number 5 Chundersteer Racing Honda. Levi Robbers replacing Nils Hartl in the number 7. So you might have seen Nils if you were looking at our Instagram post last night, but it is Levi Robbers who is in the number 7. Then number 8, it is Maurice Stumer in the Chip Ganassi Racing Chevrolet. Maurice looking for his second ever FVR podium, which would be a first here at the Speedway. Enzo King in the number 9, not too sure Enzo's going to be actually lining out, so unfortunate there for Enzo. It is then Savio Musalem in the number 10, making his Formula Virtual Racing debut as the Lebanese man, the number 10 Chip Ganassi Racing Chevrolet. Then in number 11, it is two-time FVR champion and record point scorer Luke Davies in the number 11 Arrow McLaren Lightning Chevrolet. Luke is looking to end the first chapter of his FVR career on a high, as he will be moving away to the land down under in a few weeks' time. So this will most likely be his last FVR race before then, so he's looking to complete it on the high. JD Cunningham making his single-seater FVR debut in the number 18 Spider GT Honda. He's looking to represent Spider GT. Of course, Spider GT with a lot of history in the GT world. So they are looking, or he's looking to do that. Then it is our first ever winner of this race, Adam Liu, in the number 19 Dalecoin Racing Honda. He is looking to win and become the first ever double winner of this race. Of course, the second one was won by Jonathan Jurgensmeyer, who's not out today. Number 20, Top Hat Motorsport Racing Chevrolet, Tyler Davison, your reigning FVR GT champion, a multiple-time FVR F1 race winner, a two-time FVR Constructors champion, and won the Mazda MX-5 series as well. A man with a lot of pedigree is Tyler, recently back from a trip to Misano for the MotoGP, so he is all motorbiked out of it, and he's heading to the Speedway. It is then Ridwan Hamza in the number 22 FR Racing Chevrolet, of course, raced in Daytona. That was actually the first time he lost an FVR race, which is quite scary to think about it. He is in the Hall of Fame, one of four to be there, looking to extend that resume. Charlie Goodrick in the 26 Goodrick GP Honda, looking to take the win here. Then in the number 28 Purple Sector Motorsport Honda, it is Tizian Hatzman, a late replacement for Adam Richardson. Unfortunately, Adam called into work as well. Then the number 63 Bois Motorsport Honda, it is Kyle Albert who makes his return to FVR. And what a story it would be if Kyle Albert took the win. Then it's the greatest to ever do it, as he was called last year, Legend Rosenberg in the number 88 Dalecoin Racing Honda. He is looking to take the crown and just cement himself as the best in FVR. He's won everything in F1. See, can he do it in an IndyCar? And finally, last but not least, in the Cruel Fuel Racing Honda, it is Julius Gassner. Not the greatest to ever do it, but certainly a legend in our hearts nonetheless is Zauber. So we will see, can he take the win? It's going to be a great one. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know who you're rooting for. And we should hopefully have a fabulous race on our hands. It will be 100 laps, so your stream comments are going to be very crucial for keeping this thing moving. We don't have a lot of our usual on-screen nonsense to bother you with, so we your support greatly appreciated in that regard. In terms of your favourites for this one, of course, those with a bit of oval history, you gotta keep an eye on the likes of Charlie Goodrick and the likes of Adam Liu and the likes of Scott Sandeva. They've been here, done that, and bought the t-shirt time and time again. Luke Davies and Legend Rosenberg are no longer rookies coming into this. They were rookies last time we did this, racing in it for the first time. So there's that element as well, is that they have 100 laps under their belt. They know what to expect. They might be able to have a go. Keep an eye on the newcomers as well. Keep an eye on Tizian Hatzman, Savio Musalem, and of course you got to keep an eye on our other Hall of Fame entrant, Ridwan Hamza, who is always a scary prospect in anything he races, really. So keep an eye on Ridwan Hamza. He might be able to provide the goods, and he might be able to take the win. We should be going racing fairly soon, folks. Not long to go. I think everyone is in the lobby, or we are just waiting on one more person to join, and then we will get going racing for the 5th running of the FVR Indy 250. Do we have any stream chat predictions so far? We don't, so make sure you get those in ASAP. Thank you very much. In terms of the previous history of this race, of course, we've had the race decided on the last lap once, and that was last year with Scott Sandeva and Legend Rosenberg. We've had the race decided on the last 3 laps every time with Adam Liu, Jonathan Jurgensmeyer, and Scott Sandeva. So Adam Liu is going to want to repeat. So is Scott. No Jonathan here, unfortunately. Jonathan too busy murdering NASCAR engineers on iRacing officials. It's real. Look it up on Twitter. He actually did that. So make sure you look at that, because Jonathan, a bit of a bandit, as they would say in the Northern Irish karting scene. Indianapolis, what a track with a load of history this place has. It truly is one of the fortresses of the motorsport world, despite it only being 4 corners and turning left. Of course, it has the infield as well. What a circuit it is. Exactly 2.5 miles, hence why 100 laps is 250. 4 corners, as you can imagine. 9.2 degree banking. which is actually less than the last corner at Zandvoort and turn 3, would you believe? It's actually less. It's less than Daytona as well. The fastest ever 4-lap average here was 234 mile an hour by Scott McLaughlin in 2024. The first ever race here was on June 5th back in 1909, and what an event that was. I wasn't there. You might be thinking it was a racing event. It actually wasn't. It was a balloon race. So that's why, and I'm just theorising this, I don't have it written down. I'm pretty sure they do host a balloon race or balloon launch or something on that date every year, but there's something like that anyways. It is the highest capacity sports venue in the world. 400,000, that includes standing, 257,000 seats. The first ever car race here, though, was in 1911, and of course that's what we care about. Nowadays it hosts IndyCar, obviously, hosts NASCAR as well. Also hosts IMSA, Battle at the Brickyard, as far as I know, or at least one of the NASCAR or IMSA races is Battle at the Brickyard. The longest Indy 500 ever was in 2004, and that took a total of 8 hours and 22 minutes. If I am here in 8 hours' time, first of all, I won't be, because there will be a point where we'll give up. But if I'm sat here in 8 hours' time, then we've had a heck of a show. Probably not in a good way, but we've had a heck of a show. Of course, the winner of this doesn't receive any trophy, but the winner of the real Indy 500 will get the Borg Warner, and the winner of the championship gets the Astor Cup. Yes, the Astor Cup. They also get a ring as well, which is quite cool. I wish we did more sports rings over in Europe side of things. That'd be quite cool. Imagine walking around with a big ring, just like, yep, I'm the champion. I think that's very cool. So drivers, as far as I know, are getting their final little drivers briefing, and then we should get underway. Hopefully we do, because I'm running out of filler content, to be brutally honest. So hopefully we get underway very, very soon. This is when the last minute nerves... Oh, sorry, they were waiting on my message. That's quite bad. Sorry, folks. It was me holding up. This is when the nerves start to kick in. And of course, at every Indy 500 we have a special command. We thank everyone. We'd like to thank all involved in this FVR to Indy 250. Big thanks to Jackson Turner, who is doing race director. And a big thanks to you for watching at home. But the official command is our drivers start your engines. And let's get things rolling with our official drivers start your engines command with the returning Grand Marshal Lildred.
God bless FVR. God bless our drivers. And gentlemen, start your engines!
Say what you want, but there's more enthusiasm there than there was from Roger Penske. Zauber telling us in the stream chat he's going to do a backflip. Wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. We get a good bit of airborneness at the Indy 250. So wouldn't surprise me at all. So we have the engine started. We should be getting going soon. Last minute words from Jackson. And then we should get this show on the road. Seemingly the drivers are that commanding as well, according to Tyler. So okay, if you can hear me, let's get this show on the road. Maybe. Oh, someone's disconnected. We're going to be here for a while. We are going to be here for a while. Let's play our fancy little starting video again.
God bless FVR. God bless our drivers. And gentlemen, start your engines!
So final words being given to the drivers on our caution system. Should probably tell you guys at home how the caution system works. So basically there won't be a physical safety car. It's all being ran by ourselves, but when a total of 5 cars are involved in incidents, the caution will come out, it will neutralise the race, and then we will get going again. In IndyCar, as soon as the caution comes out, the pit lane is closed, so you're not able to pit, so every caution will be at least 2 laps. We'll hopefully come up with something fun for those 2 laps, because we used to have Kyle crack a joke or two, but of course he's not here. If anyone's watching along and wants to co-commentate, you're more than welcome to, by the way. Not you, Zara, but you're in the race. I know you're going to ask. So that is the main gist of the rules. Other big rulings, there's not too many. Tyre wear not on. Fuel is, so fuel burn very important. You might see drivers towards the end of the race save fuel. If we get about 20 to 30 laps of green flag running in the second half of the race, we will see a lot of drivers fuel saving. The way this race will go, and I will tell you this from experience, is the first 50 laps are going to be pretty chaotic, and then it will be smooth running. And I can confirm we are getting ready to go at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and this should be a good one. Now, the only thing is, I have forgot to mute the game chat, so I don't think we're going to have car audio. Unless I can mute everyone, but this could be dodgy. You may hear them, which a stream without car audio would be very annoying. Oh, I do have a solution for this. Sorry, we are just loading in. Project Cars 2 is an old game. I believe if we go to a cheeky party chat, you should be able to hear the game. Let me know in the stream, folks, if you can, because now it's time to go racing. And it is Charlie Goodrick who's on the pole, Legend Rosenberg in second on the front row, then it's Kyle Albert, then Lightning Luke 5, Luke Davies in fourth, Adam Liu, then it is Murray Stumer in 6th, JD Cunningham in 7th, then it is, I believe it's Savio Musalem in 8th ahead of Scott Sandover in 9th, then it is, I want to say, no it's not Julius Gassner, it's Levi Rabbers in 10th ahead of Julius Gassner in 11th, Tizian Hatzman in 12th, then it is, oh, I was going to say Borbune, but it's not Borbune, because, well, Borbune's not racing, so if he's in 13th, then something's gone wrong. Ridwan Hamza, and then Tyler Davison. So back row, I imagine, are all going to lift off. I think you should be able to hear that game audio, folks. Hopefully you can hear the cars. Cocom needed to make engine noises. Yes, Nathan. Definitely. We'll just do a... No, that's more of a motorbike than an Indy car. Professionalism 100 here at the FVR Indy 250. I'm not entirely sure what we're waiting on. Hopefully we get rolling soon. And hopefully we get racing. We haven't even started this race, but if you want more FVR action, you can get it. The FVR GT Championship currently underway, and I tell you, it's an absolute cracker of a season. We have reverse grid races now, as well as the sprint, or that is the new sprint format. Really good action. We had the closest finish ever just a few weeks ago, so make sure you check out the FVR GT Championship. I tell you what, cameraman, bit of a shaky hand, bit like myself. There's no motorised gimbal on that anyways, so a bit of a shaky hand for him. as now we are going to get rolling. So it is almost green flag time for the FVR Indy 250, and this should be a good one. It's the 2025 edition of us running the famous race, and they're heading too wide towards the start-finish line. It is Legend Rosenberg and Adam Liu who lead into the first corner, and they should be getting the power down. Past the famous grandstands towards the yard of bricks. Let's let battle commence at the brickyard for the FVR Indy 250. We have 5 involved in a collision already as they head down towards the first corner, and I don't even think we've made it to turn 1 before the caution comes out. We are not at full racing, or are we at full racing speed? I believe we are. Oh no, we're not. Big incident, not sure who it is, no timing tower on the screen. But we have a big incident as it is Kyle Albert who leads, and the caution is out for the first time. Kyle Albert and Adam Liu who lead. Luke Davies is in third. Oh, Legend's gone. Legend is out of the FVR Indy 250 on the very first lap. And that is a disaster. Absolute disaster for Legend Rosenberg. That probably couldn't have gone worse, to be brutally honest. I believe Scott Sandover was involved in that crash as well. But it is Albert who leads, then it is Lou in second, Davies, Goodrick, Cunningham. I'm not sure who's in 6th. I'm really not sure who's in 6th position. But that is a total disaster. And very disappointing for Legend Rosenberg. I'm not sure what actually happened, whether it was a disconnect, whether that's what caused the race start. But we certainly had a lot of contact before we even got racing. We should be green, hopefully, at the end of this lap. I don't see why we wouldn't be, unless someone fancies an early pit stop, but it would be a bit silly to go for a pit stop this early. Yeah, not a lot of an advantage to pitting on lap 2. Nate saying, ah yes, the triple front flip double twist IndyCar move. Yeah, a famous one that. First pulled off by Santino Ferrucci, probably. He causes all the chaos really. There's a big schism in the field here. The way it usually works is you have to commit to the pit lane, so I think a couple are committing to the pit lane and going for the early stop. There's no damage, no physical damage I should say. We will have visual damage, as yes, we have a couple committing to the pit lane, so we will be into the pits this time and we'll get a look at a pit stop. I suppose the pit stop is worth it really, it's just a free refuel at this point. Quite a few coming into the pits to fill up early on, so they're going to run along stint 1. Track position important here as well. Kyle Albert will control the restart. He's not committed to the pit lane. So as you can see, this is the way the cautions will work. The only real indication that it is a caution is the nice fancy graphic on the top left hand corner of your screen. As Legend got stuck into the pits, that's why he didn't, there wasn't even a start for him. So it is Levi Rabbers, Ridwan Hamza and Tyler Davison who have come into the pit lane. That is Levi Rabbers in the number 7. There is Davison in the 22. And then Hamza in the 7. Or sorry, Hamza in the 22 I think. Davison in the... Like, I probably should have the entry list in front of me, realistically. That would probably be a good idea. Davison is in the 20, so I was right. Didn't need the entry list. Davison in the 20, Hamza in the 22. Swear I've done this before. Swear I do this as a freelance gig. Very similar enough liveries, though. That is Levi Rabbers in the number 7, who is leaving the pits. And we'll be heading to the back of the train. Hopefully we can get a few laps of green flag running. That would be fantastic. Yeah, that would be really good. If we could get a few laps of green flag running, get them all bedded into the race, because the nerves, they will all still be jittery now, because they haven't had a green flag running just yet. They haven't had a chance to test this car, test the track conditions. As, oh, who's coming into the pits? Ah, why are you doing this? I wonder, is this just going to be, oh, well, I'm going to pit every lap. Although, I don't see why the caution would be coming in this lap. Anyways, even if someone is pitting, as by the looks of things, it is going to come in this lap, and Kyle Albert is going to get us underway. We'll wait to see, does he accelerate? No, so all saying single file. That is Levi Rabbers again in the number 7. Like, he doesn't need emergency service, he was only in. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what this one is. I'm very much not sure. Nonetheless, we carry on, and Levi Rabbers will join the back of the train. He was in last anyway, so unless he just fancies an extra lap of fuel. I'm not sure of the thinking behind it. But sure, look. There's a reason these guys are driving, and I'm commentating. Well, because I'm the usual commentator, but that's besides the point. We definitely will be going racing this time, though. Caution will not last any longer than the opening 3 laps of this race. Currently on lap 4. Levi Rabbers is not going to rejoin the queue here by the looks of things. That was a very slow stop for whatever he was doing. And he's not... Is he going to rejoin? Are we going to go racing? We might have another lap under caution here, which is a very long period under caution to start the race with. And yeah, by the looks of things, we are... Or are we going to go racing? Is Kyle Albert going to put the foot down? No, he isn't. So we're going to do one more lap of caution, disappointingly. And then we will return to green flag running. Yeah, folks, just a note of advice. Don't sign up to FVR GT Season 4 because we're currently in Season 5. So if you sign up to Season 4, then sorry. Myself and Tyler Davison won the Constructors' Championship in that. Please just prepare that please just pretend that we've done like some form of preparation in the adverts and stuff for this, and that wasn't a last-minute job. So it is FVR Season 4. Jackson keeps changing what's on the screen. I keep having to move the graphics around. Let's make this a tad bit smaller, as we will pop it over here, or will we? No, we'll leave it there. I probably should go into studio mode to do this, but honestly it's quite funnier with graphics flying around your screen. Right then, let's get ready to go racing, and we will be going green this time around. Kyle Albert leads us to the green flag, rounding for the final corner, and he is now in control of the pace, leading Adam Liu down towards the first corner. As when's he going to put the foot down? Just creeping on and off the throttle, planning his point of attack. It's not the most crucial restart, but it's certainly good experience. He has to start it before the yard of bricks, between the pit wall and the yard of bricks, and now we get to go racing once again here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Brilliant restart for number 63, Kyle Albert, who leads into the first quarter. Number 2, or in second place, is Adam Liu, as a couple on the high line heading for the first corner, and they're side by side for third position here. Side by side for fourth position. As little bit of a hop, someone's just gone flying through my screen, and that is another airborne car, and that is Levi Rabbers, who I hope is not in that barrier for his own sake, as up there he is. He's just on the roll hoop. Hopefully can get restarted and re-going. We are still under green flag. There he is. That's not a good sight. Not a good thing you want to see. There's two of them in it. That's Maurice who's there as well. As we're under caution again. I said this was going to be messy. So that was a incident involving Levy Rappers once again, and Levy becoming a bit of a liability, unfortunately, in the first 7 laps. So they will be able to catch up, and we will get to go racing once again. Well, for the first time, really, at this point. So your current running order: Kyle Albert, then it is Adam Liu ahead of Luke Davies. They are your top 3 as we run. Someone is stuck in the infield. There's a little white dot stuck in the infield, and I'm not too sure who that is. I hope we get that sorted fairly quick. Who was that? Was that Levy Rappers again? That's not Levy Rappers we're looking at. So yeah, it was Levy Rappers. That's Tizzy and Hatzman. So it was Levy Rappers again. Something tells me that Levy is going to bring us a few cautions in this one. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope we get some green flag running soon, but hopeful I'm not. Not very hopeful for this one. Who knows? We'll give him the benefit of the doubt so far. Someone has dropped to the back. Oh, we've lost someone, actually. We've had another disconnect. So that was Adrian Tishy. Oh, Adrian. Oh, no. I was wondering who BUN was. It was Bunnies. Bunnies 999. Adrian Tishy's PSN. That's synonymous with Formula Virtual. Oh, Adrian. So that's 2 massive names gone out of this one already. Rosenberg massive in terms of the length of the spelling. Adrian Tishy massive in terms of how much we love him. 2 fantastic drivers who we have very much lost. And very much will miss. Oh, 2 DNFs already. Oh, who's coming to the pits now? That's Tizzy and Hatzman. Or is it Levy Rappers? Levy Rappers. Have I been calling Levy the wrong car? That's the number 20. That's Tyler Davison, who's coming into the pits. As Tyler has gone off my screen as well. No, he's not. He's in 3rd. That is Tyler Davison, who's coming to the pits. I thought we had another disconnect, but that is Davison, who is now going to fall to the back. Not sure of the strategy in this race, to be brutally honest, but we will see. So into the box comes Davison. She'll go green flag at the end of this lap once he is serviced. Now getting fuel in the car. I know there's not a visual on that, but you can see he's up to 70 litres. You're looking at the little fuel symbol. Oh, I don't know why I am clicking my mouse like you can see that. Oh, actually we've a way to do this. Looking at that little symbol there. For your fuel, 70 litres is the maximum you can put in the car at any given time. How many laps will that do you? Maybe about 28, I'd say. Question from Zauber in the chat: what's your favourite food? I like a nice steak sandwich. I do a bit of nice steak sandwich. What you do is get a bit of ciabatta. Other bread rolls and bread available. You get a bit of ciabatta, then you get a nice bit of steak. Well done. None of this blood is still on the plate nonsense. You do a few crispy onions. You can get a nice pack in Tesco, about $2.50 I think. Nice pack of crispy onions. They're like pre-cooked, but you cook them again. Lovely job. Then what you do is you do a few mushrooms, and you get it. You load those on top, and then what you get is you get a bit of peppercorn sauce. Exquisite. Anyways, besides the point, we are getting ready to go racing once again here in the Indy 250. It is Kyle Albert who is controlling the pace once again ahead of Adam Liu, and then Luke Davies in third spot with JD Cunningham in fourth and Charlie Goodrick in fifth position. Watch the throttle application as now we get going once again here in the Brickyard. Not a good start by fourth place as someone has already gone into the wall. Why can they not drive in a straight line? This is perplexing me. But Kyle Albert, a cracker off the line once again and leads the FVR Indy 250. That is Sandover who's in the wall. That's Sandover gone. So that is Scott Sandover out of this one. It won't be a reigning champion. Lap 10, we've already lost 3 runners from the FVR Indy 250. Now, side by side, Levi Robbers and Joe. That's horrific driving from Robbers just turning in on JT Cunningham. And then we got to go caution once again. This has not been a great standard so far. That's the number 26 circling round, but Kyle Albert still firing away at the front. Now with a lead of 2 seconds ahead of Charlie Goodrick in second position as Kyle Albert is slowing down and we are under caution once again. Very disappointing. Does anyone have any more questions? It's gonna be a long 100 laps. It's gonna be a very long 100 laps. Levi Robbers into the pit lane. No one other than Kyle Albert has led this. Well, Charlie Goodrick now leads this race. Scintillating, says Sam Fate. Yep, it is scintillating, and it's a hard advertisement. It's a hard sale, this one, so far. But they usually spice up and usually get going. We're going to get them all circling round into, or most of them circling round into the pit lane here, apart from Kyle Albert, I think. So Charlie Goodrick leads into the pits. I promise I'm not yawning. There is JD Cunningham in the 18. What a livery for the only American on the grid. Like, we couldn't have picked that better. Kyle Albert, though, still will cross the yard of bricks in first, so he will still have a 100%. Or will he? No, he won't. Charlie Goodrick will. So, unfortunately, Kyle won't lead 100% of this race en route to his domination of Formula Virtual Racing. Yeah, we are currently averaging one driver upside down every lap. I should have put the face cam on. It's not too late, but I should have put the face cam on and we could have had a game of X's and O's on the stream or something. I'm not sure how that would work, to be brutally honest, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Make sure to check out the FVR GT Championship and the F1 Championship, which will be returning soon. God, we're turning into a real American broadcast now with the amount of advertisements. It's going to be, this caution is brought to you by Geico or something in the next few laps. No, we're not even going to be all close to caught up, unfortunately. One thing we could do is we could patch into driver control and hear what they're saying, hear how it's operating, but in all honesty I'd be a bit scared too, because I couldn't tell you what they're talking about. That's Goodrick, who we're looking at in the pits. So that's Charlie Goodrick, who is into the pit lane. And he is serving one of his first stops, I think, of this race. He hasn't been in the pits much, so one of his first stops in this race. Wow, we've been live for 42 minutes and we have 13 laps of racing. This could be a very long evening. This could be a very long evening. I digress. We're not going to go. Oh, who's stuck? Someone's stuck. That's Maurice Stumer, who is stuck. That's two people stuck. I'm hoping they get going. That's Savio Musalem, who has disconnected. We have a lot of disconnects in this one. Oh, he's joined back. I didn't think you could do that on Project Cars 2. But seemingly you can. Very disappointing for Savio, who was very much looking forward to racing in this one. But we're down to 11 now, which is very, very disappointing for I suppose, the spectacle, and for those who are looking forward to racing in it. It's they are literally one a year, the FVR Indy 250. We don't do them. We don't do them any more than that. So we should be getting, or that's someone gone a lap down. Oh, very early to go a lap down. That's Maurice, I think, who's gone a lap down very early on. He will be able to get it back. That's the only thing. It's not it's not a major issue this early into the race. You can definitely get that lap back. It's just a case of when, really, but hopefully he can get back into this race fairly soon. That would be ideal, as we're going to get ready to go racing once again for hopefully more than a singular lap. I think we got 2 laps the last time, but hopefully we get one for longer than just the 1 lap. So it will be Kyle Albert who controls the race pace once again, and as he heads towards the start-finish line, looking to put the power down, and now he will put the power down, and we get ready and we go racing once again here for the FVR Indy 250. Big move down the inside from 22, Tizian Hatzman, who's looking to get past Ridwan Hamza, heading through turn number 2 in towards turn number 3. Great bit of side-by-side racing, the first real racing we've had of this year's FVR Indy 250 on lap 15 of the event. That is Tizian Hatzman. Oh, look at Levy Roberts sliding in the middle and looking to weave his way through. Gets past 3 cars in the straight, then turns across someone. Levy's a danger to society. As that is another incident involving him on lap 15 of this race. And look at this weaving. Someone's been pushed down towards the pit wall very, very early on. That's Julius Gassner, I believe. As Zauber is up to 4th place. Zauber led about 30 laps in Daytona. It was a fabulous race by Zauber, and he's leading something similar here. Well, he's not gonna lead. He's looking to lead something similar. He hasn't led something similar here. Every lap bar 1 for a split second has been led by Kyle Albert, who is, well, honestly, the amount of cautions we've had, like, could stay leading this for quite a long time. We're going to get 2 laps of green flag running. Need to knock on wood with that one. But as they, why are they weaving down to the pit wall? It's the 16th lap of 100. Anyways, this is side by side between JD Cunningham and Adam Liu, our American representation on the grid, and our only remaining former winner in this one. Very high towards the wall for JD Cunningham, but he's looking on the low side of Julius Gassner as they head side by side down the backstretch. And you can see Gassner in 4th position, JD Cunningham in 5th. Here's Cunningham on the inside. Zerber leaves him space on that inside, but looking to hold it around the high line. And that is good racing between the two, and they get right close on the apex of turn number 4. And Julius Gassner somehow survives on that outside line. That's great racing from Zauber. Hats off to him. Here's Adam Liu looking for this one down towards the first corner. And no, they no longer survive. Puff of smoke as they collide with the pit wall. And then there's contact in towards the wall. And this really is a poor standard. And that's going to be 2, 3. Oh, he's miles in the air. I believe I can fly. JD Cunningham is in the air, and that is going to be a caution. I suspect, as yet Kyle Alberts said, oh, that's not a position you really want to be in. It's definitely not a green flag anyways. Oh, what are we going to do? Lap 18, we've had five cautions. It's 9 minutes past 8. We are 49 minutes into the FVR Indy 250, and we are not even 20% of the way through. Has JD binded a button to get him back on the track? He might be able to get a nudge from someone. We will see how that plays out. Here they go. Is anyone going to be kind enough to give JD a little boost? Go on, Kyle. Go on, Kyle. Go on, Kyle. This is Rocket League! It's just not something you see every day. How is Sauber upside? How is Sauber upside? How is Sauber got into this position? How of all people has Sauber done this? Like, if you looked at that 11 list of names, it said who's going to end up upside down, trying to help someone get back the right way. You would 100%, like, I would bet my house on it that you'd go, oh, they're both back. Oh, they're both in the background. Oh, yes, we have a grid once again. Any chance we see an FVR NASCAR series if the new game is functional? With the first 19 laps of this oval race, I highly doubt it. Tyler might be a bit advocate for that. Oh my. I tell you what, whatever higher power you believe in, could you please just ask them to give us some green flag running in this for all our sanity. For all our sanity. Like, I would greatly appreciate it at this point, because I think we need some racing. Or even this event to just get towards the end quicker, because the end's the best bit. JD Cunningham is currently in the unlapping himself process, so he will rejoin the queue at the end of this lap. And then we will go green flag racing once again. As we mentioned at the top of the programme, sorry, microphone file was not clicked on. As we mentioned at the top of the programme, Ridwan Hamza racing in this and has only lost one FVR special event. 24-hour Le Mans winner, 2 hours of Spa, 4 hours of the Nordschleife, 4 hours of Le Mans. He's in the FVR Hall of Fame, and he came second place in Daytona. Would have likened to take the win on that occasion. Almost did. Very much almost did. As we have a couple of pitters down the bottom. That is Kyle Albert. So Kyle is in for his first stop. Daytona 250 had the best caution. Yeah, Nathan, we could do with you here. You would have got a lot of on-screen time. You would have got a lot of on-screen time here. Feel free to get a lot of on-screen time if you're in the grandstand somewhere. So, new leader, Tyler Davison in the number 20. Julius Gassner. How is he second? He was upside down under this caution. Anyways, Charlie Goodrick in third, Tizian Hatzman in fourth, Luke Davies in fifth. So there's Kyle Albert, who is unlapping himself. Why is he? Kyle's not a lap down. Kyle is not a lap down. Why has he done that? Oh, he must be serving a drive-through. So maybe it was speeding the pit lane for Kyle Albert, and now he has to serve a drive-through penalty. That's what I suspect, unfortunately. And he will fall to the back. You can serve drive-throughs under here, so it's actually a bit of a moot point for Kyle, this, because he would have been at the back anyways. Yeah, himself and Levy are in the pits, so I suspect a drive-through, but I don't know. So your actual order, it's Davison, Gassner, Goodrick, Hatzman, Davies, Cunningham, Stumer, Lou, Hamza. Then it will be Albert and Roberts. No, they're coming in for a service again. I'm perplexed as to why. Yeah, I am confused. But it has been a very confusing 22 laps of 100. We have 100 laps of racing here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So, honestly, now is probably a good time to run any errands that you have to do, because this could be a long one. This is very much... Oh, I know what we need. We need a half-time show, like the Super Bowl. When we get to lap 50, we'll just have, like, Taylor Swift or something come and sing a song. That'd be quite cool. I'm sure if Maurizio Veldhaus is watching, he'd happily belt out a Olivia Rodrigo number, or maybe even a Sabrina one. If you are watching, that is, Maurizio. But yeah, because this could be 3 to 4 hours. Very much could be. We need some green flag running. We need some green flag running. It's honestly a good time to grab a coffee as well, just to make sure you're staying awake. Feel free to deliver one to FVR headquarters for the broadcaster, but I say no more. So Tyler Davison will get us restarted here for this FVR Indy 250. It's the first non-Kyle Albert restart, so let's see how he plays it down towards the first corner. He has Julius Gassner right behind him. As he heads down and now puts the foot down, and we go racing once again. Good restart for Davison. Good restart for Charlie Goodrick, who weaves his way in through turn number 1, trying to get past Julius Gassner. Race leader in the number 20 is off and away with this one, as we are single file heading through turn number 2. Tizzy and Hatzman still in fourth. Luke Davies in fifth. Davison weaves down low, trying to defend off Julius Gassner, who's looking for the lead in the FVR Indy 250. He led in Daytona. Is he going to be able to lead here in Indianapolis? Trying it round the outside. That's not going to work. And I'm up to Sunday. Someone very high into the wall. That's Tizzy and Hatzman, who still hasn't got control of his automobile just yet. Julius Gassner has just held it on the high side all the way around. Very impressive indeed to try get past Tyler Davison, but there's a little bit of contact between the two. Charlie Goodrick looks to make it free abreast. Goodrick tries, fishing it round the outside, just about holds on to it. Julius Gassner in the race lead. Charlie Goodrick on his outside. And it will be Gassner who remains in front onto the bench stretch. Goodrick dropping below the apron. He's given the big squeeze. And Julius Gassner loses out. Charlie Goodrick into the lead. That is someone very high and into the wall. I think it was Ridwan Hamza who's gone very high and into the wall. Very disappointing for Hamza, as we are a quarter of the way through the FVR Indy 250. It's our first proper stretchy green flag running, thankfully, in this famous race. Goodrick, Davison, Davies, Gassner, Hamza, Albert, Cunningham, Lou, Roberts, Stumer, Hatzman. So Tizzy and Hatzman had a moment, and that's why he's dropped to the back. So that'll be one to the caution count. There's your race leader, Charlie Goodrick, and now Davison is on the inside. Here he is, and that's a great move for the lead. You don't often see a lot of overtakes through turn number 4, but that is as good as you get, and that was Davies off the wall, but still remains in a straight line, pointing the right direction with good momentum. We're finally getting them spaced out a little bit here, as Charlie Goodrick and Tyler Davison still side by side for the race lead. No love lost between these two, and Goodrick is going to hold on here in the Goodrick GP Honda. Davison in the Top Hat Motorsport Chevrolet. Luke Davies in the Arrow McLaren Lightning Chevrolet, and he's now up to second place, and it is now the two fluky Tylers at the top of this one. Luke Davies, no it's not, Tyler Davison's in third. It's Charlie Goodrick, Luke Davies, Tyler Davison is the running. Julius Gassner in fourth, Ridwan Hamza in fifth, JD Cunningham. Adam Liu has got ahead of Kyle Albert. There's a red card in the Napoli game if you're also watching the Champions League. It's JD, who was upside down. Tizzy and Hatzman serving a green flag stop. This is JD Cunningham, who's on the tail of Ridwan Hamza. Ridwan in the Simon Pagenaud livery, and has got to look to the inside. That's murder. That is absolute murder from Ridwan. Ridwan, you're a man of calibre. You can't be doing that. Like, that's Sophie Ellis-Bextor level of stuff. We have just witnessed murder on the dance floor. like, that's in my mind what happened to Pato O'Ward in 2022 when Marcus Ericsson pummeled him into oblivion. Like, in my mind it was that bad. That is shocking. But anyways, still Charlie Goodrick in the race lead. Luke Davies going to look for the race lead though. And down the inside goes Davies. No joy. Still Goodrick in front. Good running from this top three now. All keeping it fairly clean. Hopefully the rest of the field can follow suit. So you always get those three challengers at the top, but these three do look like the smoothest running as Goodrick pushes Davies to the high side. That's very tactical racing from Charlie Goodrick at a very early stage. He knows his way around this speedway. Sort of the Charlie Goodrick friend group of league racing, if that makes sense. Would include both Scott Sandover and Adam Liu. So if he was to take this one, the Project Cars 2 regular racers would sweep competition at the FVR Indy 250. Only Jurgens Mayer who would be the outlier. It'd be great to have another American winner, wouldn't it? J.D. Cunningham. Of course, another thing that these guys are racing for is the Triple Crown. The only thing is the likelihood of anyone actually completing that is very difficult. Ridwan Hamza has won duel. He has won Le Mans. Luke Davies has won duel. He has won Monaco. Legend Rosenberg has won. He's also won Monaco. But the thing is, Legend and Luke would need Le Mans then. Legend obviously needs Indy as well, because he's not going to win here today, as we've lost 2 more. So I'm not sure who has gone. As there's a spin round, that's Davison. That's Davison who's gone round facing the wall. And is that going to bring the caution out? I believe it has. That is the caution out here in Indianapolis. Yeah, we had a decent showing. We had a decent showing. Charlie Goodrick in the lead then. You're definitely going to see some pit stoppers on this one. There's Giovanni Di Lorenzo, who got sent off in the Napoli game, if you are of interest. Not sure why you would be. Here's the full running order. It's Charlie Goodrick at the top. We do have some penalties. So Levi Rabbers, Kyle Albert and Morris Stumer have penalties. We're down to 9 here after 32 laps. I fear we're not going to have a lot left. So Albert doesn't have a pit limiter. That's exactly what I can tell you from that. Kyle doesn't have a pit limiter because he's done 3 stops as far as I know, and he has served 3 drive-throughs. We're going to get the whole field in. Will we have a bit of a pit lane tango? Oh, Charlie. That's not how you take a pit lane. He's just clipped some signage. And if you're looking for signs, PD Visual, the place to get them. Or if you're in Ireland, if you're not in Ireland, then, well, I don't care. All in, as far as I can see. Don't think anyone's going to stay out. So, it's going to be a full fuel up, I imagine. I don't see why it wouldn't be. It is a full fuel up, certainly, for whoever that's telemetry we're looking at. So we've had 2 who stay out. Adam Liu and Kyle Albert probably looking for a bit of green flag running. So it's Adam Liu in the race lead in what is the AJ Foyt livery, but of course he's not running it as that. Kyle Albert in second in the pink machine. I'm sure Kyle is a big Pink Panthers fan. Because that boy's a liar. I don't know why I said that. That's not even funny. Lap 33 of this one, by the way. So another 2/3 of this race to go. Like, what am I going to be saying come lap 70 cautions? This is why we need a co-commentator. Zauber's gone. Oh no, we're down to 4. Or we're not down to 4, we're down to 9. So Zauber must have disconnected earlier. Zauber actually got disqualified. I don't know why. Game just disqualified him. That's very disappointing after the contact with Ridwan Hamza. Are we going to go green this time? Someone's still in the pits, but I'm not sure if that's a disqualified car or not. No, we're not going to go green. Certainly, Adam wouldn't be weaving that late on the straight. Boy's a liar, yeah. That boy's a liar. I think. That is Maurizio. Hello, sir. Hello, Badabig. How are you, Adrian? I'm losing my mind, to be brutally honest. Adrian, I'm so disappointed that you got disconnected. We are actually under green flag running. Adam was actually... Why was he weaving that late? Anyways, I'm questioning everything. But it is Kyle Albert who's going for it on the outside here, with Adam Liu on the inside. And we are green flag running, so everyone... Oh, there's a hop, skip, and a jump. What's happening? What's happening? Oh, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. I actually think that crash was so bad it just broke the game. I think that crash was so bad it just broke the game. We're under caution again. I'm losing all hope for this race. Sorry, Adrian. Now to answer your question, yeah, no, I'm going insane slowly but surely. We're an hour and 7 minutes into this broadcast, and we have completed 35 laps of racing. I would get upwards to 100 quid for this if it was a paid gig. So this could be a long one. No, I should really be more hopeful, but it's my own league, so I can say what I want. Who's going to fire me, really? How are you all keeping in the stream chat? Give us a bit of a life update. I'm gutted about the disconnect still. Had a great start, great caution. Adrian, you were doing really well. You were doing really well, and certainly driving better than most here this evening. It's so unfortunate that for these Indy 250s we have to race on Project Cars 2, and I can say this about Project Cars 2 because they're never going to make another one, and certainly they're not going to be doing brand affiliations anytime soon, so we don't need to clear our name. It's the servers on this are terrible, but it's an old game. It served its purpose. It still serves its purpose. It's great that we can do an indie event, but my god, is it going to be so much better when we have an actual IndyCar game, which hopefully iRacing Studios are going to release sometime next year, and we can actually do proper Indy 250s. Why is Adam Liu going so slow? There's a lot of cars in that mini map that... I'm perplexed again. Oh, lap traffic maybe. I'm not sure. Are we going to be going racing here again? No, we have someone circling around the track, so Jackson wouldn't restart it with a lap car circling around the track. But yeah, anyways, like, I'm so excited for the new IndyCar game, because this is the best we have on console for now. Obviously, if you have like a money tree out your back garden and unlimited funds, we have iRacing. And I just did 8 weeks of IndyCar commentary on iRacing, and it was class, really good. Was that just Jackson that left the lobby? Oh, we're in a spot of bother if he's gone. I don't think it was, though. Yeah, so it was really good, and it is obviously iRacing Studios that are making the new IndyCar game, so I'm very hopeful. They have the physics nailed down, they have the cars nailed down, they have most of the tracks already. They just need to add some of the street courses, maybe the likes of St. Pete, the likes of Portland, the new one coming up in Mannheim, which, Adrian, I'm sure you're going to look at going. It's just outside Toronto, as far as I know. We'll have Arlington, Texas. Is there a way to rejoin the lobby? I'm not sure there is, Adrian, but what I can do is, if you invite me to a PlayStation party, I can just share screen. It might work that way, and then even if you're able to join on Discord, that's where I'm commentating from. I'm sure we can set it up that way. We have an onboard now. So this is onboard with Kyle Albert as he heads into the pit lane. You can see how much you have to saw at the wheel even on pit lane here, because there's no power steering in Indy cars. And that's something actually that Project Cars 2 did get pretty well, is the lack of power steering in these 2017 models. Still nowadays they don't have power steering either, so look at an IndyCar's driver's arms if you want to see a good taste of meat on the bone. So lap 37 of the 2025 Indy 250. We have a lot of laps to go. 53. Oh, that's how bad this race has been. I can't even do simple maths. It's 63. We have more. We have 63 laps left of this race. If you like me talking, I have like a sports podcast and like I have professional work available, so you don't have to just listen to this. But I am secretly enjoying this ramble. Like, leaving me with my thoughts is not great. But it's going to be me and Adrian's thoughts in a few minutes. So, like, Adrian is a knowledgeable man. So we are going to get ready to go racing this time round. It is still Adam Liu in the lead, and he will be leading us for another interesting caution restart. His last one was very cautious. No, it wasn't cautious. That was a terrible joke. It was quite dangerous, actually, but it worked out. And now he's going to lead us to the green once again as we go racing. And it is Liu who leads Goodrick. That's my PlayStation going to enter rest mode. That's how long it's been. Who leads Goodrick, who leads Hamza, and then Davison. We're single file on the start, so it's a lot cleaner than it has been. And Adam Liu is going to lead us down the back straight, in through the slipstream. Luke Davies in third, then it is Ridwan Hamza in fourth, Tyler Davison in fifth, and now we're getting a little bit of side-by-side action, and it is Luke Davies who's looking for this on Charlie Goodrick. And very high is Ridwan Hamza, who's really struggling with this car, really struggling with the handling. They lead across the yard of bricks. It is Adam Liu still in the lead. His good friend, his very good friend, Charlie Goodrick, chasing him down. And then it is Luke Davies on the inside. Oh, Luke slides his way off the apron just through the corner. Luke has a very weird driving style of these Indy cars, but it's working here at the Brickyard. He's been competitively and consistently in the top three. He has his good friend Tyler Davison right beside. It's a double act versus a double act here at the front of the 250. But of course, you are racing for your own. There is no teams at play here. Although some of them might be racing under the same team name, there is no teams at play. This is a solo event. This is one you can only win on your own. There's big crash in the wall. Charlie Goodrick. Contact made between himself and Luke Davies. Big crash in the wall. Won't be a caution just yet. They will stay green, and we're 40 laps into this one. The way this race is going to go, first 80 laps will be this sort of messy nonsense, and then it is the last 20 that are difficult. That's JD Cunningham, who has spun round, but he's got it back pointing the right way. Spun it around 360, gripped it, got it the right way. So JD Cunningham will be able to continue, but that still will count towards our caution count. It is still Adam Liu in the lead of this one. Then it is Luke Davies in second place and Tyler Davison in third. Just give us a split second, folks. We're going to sort this out with Adrian, and we'll have a co-commentator. So, just like all good American sports broadcast, we missed the incident because it's on commercial. That's Kyle Albert. Oh no, it's not Kyle Albert. That's Ridwan Hamza, who's in the wall facing the wrong way. But we are still racing here in this one. We are still good to go. And that is Luke Davies, who is now in the lead of the Indy 250, but just about. Is he still going to be in the lead on the exit of the corner? That's what we have to wait for. Adam Liu still in the lead now, and they're swapping and changing at the front of this one as someone's stuck. Are they back going again? And caution is out. once again, caution is out. Hello, Dylan. Welcome. This is definitely not as entertaining as RTA IndyCar, I can tell you that for free. Huzzah! Tyler Davison's out of this one. That's who was frozen. We have another mechanical. He's going to join us in the commentary box, though, so we will find out fairly soon what happened. You are muted on PlayStation. Yes, Adrian, you are going to have to join the Discord because I'm streaming off OBS on my computer, so you're going to have to join the Discord, I am afraid. Jonathan Jurgens just asked, is it too late to sign up to Indy? We're 43 laps into this one. Levi Rabbers is in the pit lane, as is JD Cunningham. No, Adrian, sorry, I probably should have explained that better. For the audio, it's through the Discord, but the share screen is just so you can actually watch the footage. Sorry, I explained that horribly. Luke Davies is still in the race lead. Adam Liu in second. Charlie Goodrick is in third position. Adrian is here now. Why can I not hear Adrian? Hello, Adrian.
I haven't started speaking yet. That would be
why. That's why I can't hear you. Hi, how's it going?
Good, you?
I've been better. This has not been great.
Yes, it does sound like you are losing your mind a little bit
yes,
from the stream.
I am. For some reason, Tyler's found his way to a team principal's voice chat. Did you even know we had that? Because I didn't.
I did not know we had that, no.
To be fair, I didn't set up this server. Chloe did, so that's probably why I didn't know we had it. But
fair enough.
He's an admin as well. He can see what commentary box we're in.
So do you have a way to share your screen through the Discord?
I probably do, actually. But it will just be OBS. But I probably do. It might kill the frame rate, but I can give it a bash and see what happens.
We're under caution at the moment, so that's no better time to try than now.
I'm on a nice fancy new PC, you see, so I'm hoping this works.
Oh, that's Tyler's in our
hello, T-Dog. You have just retired. Give us your immediate thoughts. Yes, sound nice one. Appreciate that. We haven't dropped any frames, so this should work, Adrian, hopefully. As I can't hear either of you, whether that's because you're not speaking or not, we will
I am trying to figure out settings.
No problem. I think we are going green. Oh, that's Albert who's actually just clipped the pit wall on the caution restart, which is very interesting. So there's going to be Luke Davies, who I think this is the first ever time he's actually led a restart here at Indianapolis, but he gets us under racing once again. And that is quite a good launch from the young Brit. Adam Liu in second place. Charlie Goodrick in third. Kyle Albert, after clipping the pit wall, is in fourth. Then it's Morris Schumer, who is in fifth. Ahead of Ridwan, Hamza, Levy, Rappers, and JT Cunningham. We're down to 8 in this one. It's been quite a fall from grace in terms of the grid numbers. But the top two are side by side once again. Adam Liu is in the race lead now. Luke Davies now falls down to second. So unfortunately didn't get the lap led under his belt, but he's very high and almost into the wall. And now there's someone into the wall. Speed of light into the wall. That is Morris Schumer, who's now upside down and is doing a slow motion, terrible, dramatic movie flip. And Kyle Albert is on to the ground. What in the physics is that? Anyways, he's still going miraculously. An indestructible car, that one is.
You'll have to give me a minute before I can help with commentary. I do need to sort out settings.
Don't worry, Adrian. You are all good. We're under caution again, as far as I can tell. Yeah, we are. So, we have definitely had more caution laps than we have had racing laps. That is That is a given.
Right, hello.
Oh, we have a Yorkshireman.
Hello. Oh, Adrian's gone.
How did you find the race for the little? Well, it was actually a long time in it, but for the little time you were in it.
I was enjoying it, mate. It was going well. I mean, obviously there was a bit too many cautions for me liking, but it was good fun. And then Project Cars decided that I wasn't going to do the last 60 laps, so here I am.
This is the first time we've spoken a week, actually.
Yeah, it is, mate. It's been a while. How are we doing? That was very good, thank you, mate. Very warm, very tanned. Come back. We was refreshed for a good race and gone to pot.
Your best friend's watching.
You're commentating, are you, mate?
No, Callum Birch has just joined us in the stream chat.
Oh, God, no.
Hi, Callum. Callum, who, of course, is part of Spider GT. JD representing the Spider GT team here in the number 18. Currently sits in 6th. We're not going to go racing this time either. Tyler, what do you make of the standards? Because unfortunately, the standard of racing in this Indy 250 seems to be significantly worse than last year.
Oh, God, do I just be on? Tizzy was driving like a bit of a melt. Other than that, I wasn't too bad with anyone. I don't know. I was just I pit a lot and stayed at the back a lot and tried to stay out of trouble. Tizzy intended to be twice. That was fun. Other than that, I thought it was all right.
Ridwan had a bad moment.
Did he?
He had a bad moment.
Oh, how bad's bad?
Bad is massacre. He massacred poor Zauber.
Oh, is that why Zauber's DSQ'd, or?
Yes.
Oh, dear. Can I not change the spectating camera? Am I just watching this guy in the pits?
No, you cannot change the spectating camera. Tyler, I might actually have some news for you. You might be able to get back in this race.
How?
We are considering a restart.
What, 50 laps?
Potentially.
Who would be
Whoever's idea that is, tell them I agree.
Was damage on, lads?
It shouldn't have been. No, I was upside down on the first lap. And I was fine.
Oh, okay. I'm getting interesting messages.
Actually, if I say yes, it'll be a restart. Yes.
Like, you do think of the right ideas, you just think of them too late.
Yeah. Yeah, the damage was on, mate. Damage was on.
Ah, so actually someone has damage even though damage is off.
Yeah, is that the guy driving around at the back?
Yeah, might be. Might be Maurice.
Yeah, his front wheel wasn't on the floor. His front left wheel. He wasn't spinning. He's definitely got damage. Or something stuck under his car.
That... Oh, hold on. I have been talking to myself the whole time, I think. As these kind gentlemen... Say something there, T-Dog.
Are
Hello.
you able to hear me?
Oh, no. The stream can hear you, so I haven't been talking to myself. Evan, I quit racing. Let me commentate next season. Callum Birch. Callum, unfortunately, at the road led to the GT Championship. You are strictly banned from Discord.
Where do we restart then?
I think you might need to put the racing gloves back on.
Oh, get in! I can't hear you the way, Adrian, by the way. Just...
Okay, thank you, Tyler.
Yeah, sorry, I can't hear you as well, Adrian.
Okay, thank you. I had to sort out some settings, but I'm glad I got that worked out.
I'm more than happy to do a restart.
It's actually very weird having this. You two talk amongst yourselves. I have to do some admin-y stuff.
Cool. Right, so, as we can see, here is Maurice in the pit lane, getting his fuel put in his car.
Actually, with damage to the front left wheel as well.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed that he's got damage being turned off, so that's pretty good.
Is that not the most
I think he
FVR
deserves
thing
an
ever?
award for that.
He's still smoking. There's still smoke coming from that front wheel. Yeah, he's still got damage. That front wheel isn't spinning. That front wheel is not spinning.
I
Oh my god,
truly
there's been a
believe
crash on the
Maurice
restart.
deserves-
Everyone's gone.
Nope.
We are restarting.
Restart.
We are
Restart.
restarting, so you
What?
boys are going to have to boot up. It'll be a 40-lap restart.
I was
50.
gone on like lap 8 though. Is that still would that
You
still
are
be
allowed back
allowed?
in, Adrian, while I'm letting you.
Fantastic. Thank you.
No problem. Okay, I'm back on my own.
All right. Well, have fun going insane. Sorry, buddy.
We will be doing a restart due to a lobby error.
If I get disconnected, for what it's worth, I can join you again.
Perfect. We'll keep all the avenues open.
I'll do the same. I'll do the same when I get damage when damage is turned
Right,
off.
boys. Best of luck, so.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Best of luck, mate.
So, folks, we will have a
Oh.
restart for the FVR Indy 250. It is going to take a few minutes to set it up. We'll be back in a few moments. So, folks, we're ready to get back racing here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the FVR Indy 250. And we have practically a full grid back with us, thankfully. So, we made the decision to let everyone back in the race. At the end of the day, this is our yearly fun event. It's very unfortunate if it is taken away from you because of an old game server. none of the disconnects were any of the drivers' faults, so a pretty unanimously agreed decision is to just let them back in the race. The first lap will be a formation lap, so we won't be green flag running straight away. It's to just get us back in the correct order. So obviously it will be the running order of the most previous lap of the last lobby, and then it will be the disconnect runners in. I'm not sure if it'll be no particular order or what the running order will be, but Jackson will have an order anyways. Jackson Turner, our official Clerk of the Course and race official. There is your on-screen order. But we won't be restarting in that order. We will have a formation lap that will be ran. Big hello to Neil Tartle, who is watching along at home. Big hello to Callum Birch as well, who's saying that him and Kyle are elite commentators. And I'm sure you are. I'm sure I'll see that someday. So it will be 40 laps of running. So technically this will be an FVR Indy 225, but we have been racing for an hour and a half now, so we thought knocking 10 laps off is not the worst decision in the world. Interesting though this, because we thought we were down to 8 runners. We've no Legend Rosenberg, unfortunately, so he won't be able to get back in and try win this one. Who else are we missing? Not sure. I think we have practically the rest. I know Adrian and Tyler are both very excited to leave the commentary box. Sniff, sniff. And rejoin the racing track. But who wouldn't be? Who wouldn't be? Obviously, you want to be driving these cars. And we've already lost 2. That is cracking. We have already lost 2 on the start, so they didn't grid up who they are. We will find Julius Gassner as one of them, so he's not gridded back up, and we have lost another one as well. So as far as I know, we will be doing a formation lap and then getting ready to go racing. Someone's stuck on the outside of the formation lap, actually. That's those 2 cars you can see there in the pit lane. One is Kyle Albert. Oh no, they've already crashed. Not sure how they've already crashed, but Kyle Albert, he was one of the original runners who was out of this. Oh, very disappointing for Kyle. I think everyone was secretly hoping for a Kyle Albert win. Just had a league race on R Factor, says Nils. That's interesting. I didn't even... Like, when it comes to dead games, we're kind of hitting them out of the park. R Factor and Project Cars. That's an interesting combination. So, Adam Liu in the race lead. Luke Davies will start from second. Charlie Goodrick in third. Then it will be Ridwan Hamza in fourth. Julius Gassner is in fifth. JD Cunningham in sixth. Tyler Davison in seventh. Morris Stumer in eighth. Adrian Tushy in ninth. Savio Musalem in 10th. And Scott Sandover in 11th position. We have 11 drivers remaining for the restarted FVR Indy 250 after a bit of a red flag stoppage. I imagine we're going to be a single file restart here, not going for the 2 wide traditional start, because of course we are still technically on a restart. It's a bit late for Tizian Hatzman, unfortunately, who has just rejoined. It will be Adam Liu who gets us back underway once again, though. Looking to put the foot to the floor before the yard of bricks, and we will let battle commence at the brickyard once again. This, hopefully, will be a steadier bit of running as the green flag is out. And Adam Liu gets us off and away, and we are clean in towards turn number 1. No bumping and banging at the back like we have seen on some of the restarts. Adam Liu looking to hunt down that line early on. A couple stepping out and a couple out of shape. Is a little hop, skip and a jump for Liu across there. That's of course just due to the servers and not a real physics of that corner at all. Luke Davies goes to the lead on the restarted lap and pushes Adam Liu right up to the high side of the circuit, and this contact made, and Davies is up and round, and oh, he will go sky high. Luke Davies making contact and dropping to the back. Of course, when you put yourself in these situations, it's always dangerous that something might go wrong. Wrong board with the number 10 of Savio Musalem in towards the first corner. It is still, or it's now, Charlie Goodrick in the race lead, with Adam Liu looking to try and get back out in front. Tyler Davison in third is still in contention for this one. It's unfortunately confirmation of the non-race start for Kyle Albert. Very disappointing there, and Julius Gassner not able to get back started either. So it is Charlie Goodrick and Tyler Davison fighting for the race lead once again. We had this earlier on in the race, and Davison now down to the inside. Takes the race lead on lap number, what is technically 64. So lap 64 in theory. And it is Davison in the race lead. But it is lap 4 of our restart. And they're still ducking and dicing. And this is brilliant fighting for the race lead. Of course, this will totally change the strategy of this one. You might try get it done on 2 stops. That's Goodrick. Contact made. And into the air he goes. Not for the first time today. The cars love flipping at this track. But that is contact made between Davison and between Goodrick. Liu in the race lead once again. And the caution is back out. First caution of the restart. So we're following the same trend that we were earlier on. Charlie Goodrick is off and moving all okay, as was Luke Davies. So we still have 11 runners currently. JD Cunningham has just spun at the back of the track. So, disappointing restart for Davies, disappointing restart for Goodrick, apart from that early strong running. But all still in contention. I wonder will we see any pitters here, because we're down to 45 litres on the fuel. You don't start with as much. You don't start with a full tank. And that is Adam Liu dropping to the back of the train here for some reason. I don't think anyone is committing to the pit lane. Certainly, it's now Ridwan Hamza in the race lead. By the looks of this, no one committing to the pit stop, which is quite interesting. I thought we would have had 1 or 2. So it's going to be Ridwan Hamza who will get us underway. And I imagine we're going to go green flag, or are we? Adam Liu doesn't quite seem to be caught up here, so I think we will have 1 more under caution unless Hamza puts the foot down now, and he does not, so we will have 1 more under the caution. A reminder, if you're interested in GT racing, we have the FVR GT Championship currently still running. They're currently in the 5th season of racing and not the 4th like our video ad says, so make sure you check out that. FVR GT Championship is one of Gran Turismo's most competitive series, and you can race as your favourite manufacturer. We have a vast grid there. I was the one and done this year. Haven't managed to get in a second race just yet. We have a brand new format, which is basically you race one race on the 125-minute race in the clockwise circuit, one on the anti-clockwise circuit of different tracks. So it is one to get involved in. That is the FVR GT Championship, ran by the ever-fabulous Nathan Marriott. Now we have a few committing to the pit lane. So the pit lane was still closed for whatever reason. So a few committing to the pits. And we will get back going racing very soon, folks. So we're going to get going racing come the end of this lap. Ridwan Hamza in the race lead, J.D. Cunningham in second. Then it is Adrian Tishy ahead of Savio Musalem and Scott Sandover. Everyone other than that came in for service on that lap. So they have got fuel on board and are ready to go racing once again. It's been a slow burner, but it's definitely one to stick with. Last 20 laps of every Indy 250 has been absolutely brilliant. Last 10 laps last year were cracking. You can rewatch it on our YouTube channel, just the last 10 laps. It's been clipped up and chopped up nicely for you, because it was just brilliant. And like, that's not biased, but it was just cracking. The fuel saving, the racing, it was all tip top. We are going to go racing hopefully this lap, even though there is a few falling short behind, but it should be Ridwan Hamza who's going to get us underway here on this restart lap as he's heading towards the yard of bricks. Or are we? Are we going to do one more caution lap? Oh, I think we are. I think we are going to do one more caution lap, which is, yeah, we definitely are, so that's disappointing. I think it was a couple dropped off towards the back of that lap, so we will do one more slow trip round. Laps remaining in this one, 32. We're almost at the good bit. We are almost at the good bit of this race. It's been a sloppy one so far, I think it's safe to say, but you get races like that. It's oval racing at the end of the year. At the end of the year. At the end of the day. Now, interestingly enough, 32 laps to go. We're in a very similar situation to what we were last year. We're in a tough situation. 70 litres can do about 28 laps. So, one more caution, and you can splash and dash till the end. Or, you can feel safe. So it's going to be very interesting strategy-wise to see who comes with what. These top guys have probably played this better because they have track position now. But one more caution, one or two more cautions, which we're going to get realistically, is going to put whoever pid on that one in contention for the Indy 250 victory on low fuel runs as we go racing once again. Brilliant restart for Ridwan Hamza, who weaves his way in through the first corner, and it is Adrian Tishy who is side by side with JT Cunningham for second, and Cunningham is looking to hunt down the Canadian. It is Canadian versus American, a battle we've had many times before at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. In fourth place, Savio Musalem ahead of Scott Sandover. All clean on the restart. Ridwan Hamza survives the back straight as Musalem runs very high through there, and Scott Sandover is going to swallow that position up, and Sandover is up to fourth place now. And you can see Levi Rappers right behind as well, as we are going to go 3 abreast at the front of this one. JD Cunningham splits the middle and goes to the race lead in the number 18 Spider GT Honda, and that is JT Cunningham, who is up the front now for the first time in this FVR Indy 250. Tishy in second, Hamza in third. It's Adrian Tishy and JT Cunningham still battling, but for one position higher. Fourth still Sandover, as unfortunately it won't be a repeat for Adam Liu, who has just disconnected from this one. We're down to 10 runners remaining in this FVR Indy 250. The 2022 winner of this race will not repeat, meaning the only one who can still repeat is Scott Sandover, who currently sits in fourth, because of course no Jurgens Meyer. He's the only one who can repeat. And look at this line from Adrian Tishy, who said pre-race that it's probably the most confident he's been heading in to an FVR race, including the F1 ones. He is feeling good in that number 3, and he wants to win. It's been a difficult time as of late for Adrian Tishy in FVR, but really a win here at the 250 would possibly be his best achievement so far. Never stood on the F1 podium, was very unlucky to miss out in Daytona, was genuinely in the fight for the win in Daytona, and now he's looking for the win here in Indy. Lap 72. 82. Is it 82? No, 72. Sorry. Lap 72 completed. 12 since our red flag. We have 28 to go. From this lap, you can get to the end without pitting on a full tank of fuel. But of course, none of these drivers will have a full tank of fuel. They will have to come in and service on the next caution. Realistically, they'll all come in and just put a full tank of fuel in, and that should get them to the end, but they might get tactical with it. And that's when the issues can arise. We saw that last year. They all got tactical late race, and that cost them. It cost Rosenberg a chance. He ran out of fuel on the final corner, and that's where Scott Sandover won it, because he didn't mess about with the fuel. He filled the car fully and was fast. Of course, fuel saving might kick in as well. Best way to fuel save will be a lift before the corner. You lift, and you almost have to drive through the corner in Project Cars. You almost have to lift beforehand and then drive through the corner. It's weird the way it works, but Adrian Tishy is doing a cracking job of fuel saving, because he's just staying in the draft of JD Cunningham down the straights, and look, watch, he'll tuck in now nicely and then start to lift. This is Levi Rabbers and Scott Sandover and Luke Davies and Tyler Davison. This is the battle for fourth. And Levi Rabbers, unfortunately, he's been a bit of a move in chicane today, but Sandover's given him a wide berth. And he's got to be able to whip through. Luke Davies hits his apex nicely and very high for Charlie Goodrick, who clips that wall on the outside, but he hasn't lost more than 2 seconds, so it won't count towards the caution count. And this has been our cleanest period of the race. Ridwan Hamza, green flag pit stop. Very peculiar decision, but he has come in for the green flag stop to refuel the car, presumably, to the end of this race. Both very high through there. That's both JT Cunningham and Adrian Tishy, who have both managed to survive. So this is Hamza into the pit lane. A green flag stop, not something you see very often in Indy 250s, and that is someone going very slow. That is Tyler Davison, who's going very slow. I wonder, was there contact made somewhere? That is the number 20, who's dropped down to 8th position. And are we under caution? We are. So we're under caution. That green flag stop has crucified Ridwan Hamza, because these guys are all going to get a caution stop now. So that turned out to be a disastrous decision. Thankfully it doesn't go a lap down. But you can imagine now, surely it's into the pits, full tank of fuel, go to the end of the race. I don't see why it would be anything else. It shouldn't be anything else. That should be the decision. Maybe if you want to knock a lap or two off it. As Savio Musalem has come into the pit lane when it was closed. So that could be a penalty for Savio. you got to pit this lap. There is Savio, who has just been spotted by our race director. It is Jackson controlling the cameras, if you're wondering. It's brilliant that actually I just have the pleasure of sitting back and waffling at a television screen. It's much nicer than F1 when you have to flick from camera to camera. That's a horror show, really. It's got to be a good end to the race. This is going to... I have to say, the only thing about this really messy race is, like, literally any of the 10 could still win this. They're not coming in. They're all staying out. Very interesting. Unless pits are not open. Pits mightn't be open, actually, because the whole field isn't together. Yeah, that'll be it, actually. Pit lane's still closed, so we'll have at least 2 more laps of caution running. So Savio is with the field now, meaning the pit lane will be open this time. Full running order: JD Cunningham in the Wrights lead, Adrian Tushy in second, Scott Sandover is in third, and Levi Ravers in fourth. Then it is Charlie Goodrick in fifth. Luke Davies is in sixth, and I was going to say Matthew Stotts. Morris Stumer in seventh, Tyler Davison in eighth, Ridwan Hamza is in ninth, and then it is Savio Musalem in 10th on debut. Oh, someone's staying out. Charlie Goodrick has opted to stay out in this one, or is it Levi Roberts? No, it's Goodrick staying out. So I wonder how much fuel Charlie Goodrick has in that car. That is a really weird one. Maybe I am... No, there's a few staying out. Which is going to answer what I was about to say. I was going to say maybe I'm just oblivious and I'm not thinking about this hard enough. So they're obviously going to field save, meaning we've split strategy once again. It's the exact same situation as last year. It is the exact same situation as last June. Could not be more similar. The big runners in this one are all staying out. The big names in this are staying out. Apart from Luke Davies, still a big name. He's pitting. So they're going to go for the fuel. They're just going to burn it to the end, where these guys are going to try save it. The only thing is you're probably in an easier position than you were last year because of the frequency of the cautions. We're going to be 20 to go. We're going to be 21 to go on the restart lap. And I think it was James Hinchcliffe who I steal this quote from, but certainly it was one of the IndyCar commentators. The last 20 laps of the Indy 500, or the Indy 250 as we're running it, is a totally different race to the first 80. Your first 80 or 180 laps are literally just surviving. You're just surviving. The last 80, or the last 20, is racing. This is when you have to race. This is when you have to get tactical. We won't be restarting on this lap because Ridwan Hamza is coming into the pit lane. Adrian Tushy is coming into the pit lane. So I wonder, did Adrian speed and now has to serve a drive-through? That would be a likely conclusion. And Levi Roberts coming in as well. So both into the box. Tishy is actually in the box, so not serving a drive-through. Sorry, I was randomly giving Champions League updates earlier. It's 2-0 to Man City, if you're interested, in the Napoli game. Jeremy Doku has just scored, as has Erling Haaland, so just if you're interested. Barcelona are 1-0 up at Newcastle. Goal scored by What? Goal scored by Marcus Rashford? Oh, okay. I apologise. I owe you an apology. I was not familiar with your game. Marcus Rashford scored in the big 25. Wow. Anyways. So we will be restarting this lap, and it's going to be Charlie Goodrick who will get us underway. Morris Stumer in second, Davison, Hamza, Cunningham, Davies, Sandover. Then it is Tishy, Rabbers, Musalem. 20 to go at the famous FVR Indy 250, the 2025 edition. We have 20 laps to decide our winner. If this is green flag until the end, this could be very fun. But I can't imagine it will be. I can see one more caution at least in this. Remember, the race will not finish under caution under any circumstances. With 4 to go, we will go no more cautions. Anything that happens, you're good as golden. Let's get us underway then. 20 to go. Charlie Goodrick gets us restarted. Then it is Morris Stumer in second position, Davison still in third as they all circle away round through. It is Luke Davies on the high side of Scott Sandover and Adrian Tishy, as that was just a glitch. They all didn't go careering off into the wall. There's a little bit of lag for someone heading down the back stretch. That is Ridwan Hamza. Of course, Project Cars 2 service probably not able to handle the fact that Ridwan is racing in Australia, but he seems to be back now. He's actually up to second position, so he's ahead of Morris Stumer. Davison is up to second spot, and someone gone in the air. JT Cunningham's gone up and over, and that is Cunningham put to the back of this one, so he's going to need another caution if it wants to be a fairy tale home win. And Levy Rabbers is down the back as well. Rashford's just got a second goal, just on my random revelation. And now the weaving starts for Charlie Goodrick. Still very early to start that sort of shenanigans. Ridwan Hamza is in third. As they all go into the wall once again, but are able to survive. So, Goodrick, Davison, Hamza, Tishy. Adrian Tishy is a dark horse in this one. Adrian Tishy has a chance at winning this race. And I don't say that lightly, as Luke Davies has just skated across the grass, somehow surviving. He will fall behind Morris Stumer. But look, he's not out of contention in this one. The slipstream can certainly get him back in. They all seem to be A-OK on fuel for now, so no concerns there. And no concerns likely until the end of this race. Oh, big crash. That is Adrian Tishy, who has spun through turn number 2. Oh, that's a commentator's curse. Said he was the dark horse. It's probably the first error he's made this evening. He needs another caution, as does JD Cunningham, to get back in contention for this race. Charlie Goodrick is driving a stellar race here as himself and Davison crash into that wall once again. Goodrick is looking unbeatable for now. The fastest laps coming into this one, it's the top 2 who are doing them on these laps. But Davison, of course, has the advantage of the slipstream. And trust me, he's not going to back out of a move twice. As we are under caution. So we have had that caution for Adrian T. I never actually removed the caution graphic. Sorry, folks. We are under caution once again. Hello to Adam Richardson, who's just joined us, who should have been racing. In all honesty, Adam, you have missed 80 laps of caution running. You have missed 80 laps of cautions. And a red flag, which wasn't ideal. But we now have 15 to go. No more pit stops from this point onwards. They all have enough fuel to go to the end. Or at least I would say so. And if they don't, then that's a massive miscalculation, because we've had plenty of chances to get back into this or get back into the pit lane. I imagine, or I suspect, we're going to go green this time round. We'll get restarted fairly quickly, because of course they all have enough fuel on board, unless anyone dives for the pits late on. No, by the looks of things, we're good as golden. So it will be Charlie Goodrick who's going to get us restarted once again here for the FVR Indy 250. 15 laps to go. We're in crunch time, we're in the good part of this race, and we really don't know what way this is going to go. The momentum of this race has turned on a twopence, and this is interesting. Battle commences once again at the Brickyard. Charlie Goodrick in the race lead. Tyler Davison in second. Already contact between Adrian Tishy and Morris Stumer, but they both somehow have survived it, and the fragile IndyCar is able to bounce their way through. Big weave for Goodrick, trying to break the toe. Doesn't want to be under pressure into turn number 3, but the laws of physics aren't going to allow that. Davison on the inside, takes the race lead. Ridwan Hamza still on the outside, looking to extend his resume in Formula Virtual Racing. As we spoke about it earlier, Ridwan Hamza, what a resume he has. Only losing one special event. He's not been great today, but it's all coming together at the right parts. Davison leads, Goodrick leads. Swap for the lead, just as we say it. As big crash for someone. That is Charlie Goodrick. That is your race leader who's down the back. Contact made between the two. And that is heartbreaking for Charlie Goodrick. If we get another caution, he'll be back in contention. And we will get another one, because we've got one immediately. But he's losing track position, and more importantly, losing time. Like I made the joke at the start of the race when Kyle Albert was in the race lead for the first 25 laps, purely based off the amount of caution running we had. I said whoever's going to be at the front of this is going to just go on to win and not be under too much pressure. In all honesty, like, you got to go for the move as soon as you can for the race lead. You can't hold back, because the way this has been ran is we could easily caution on lap 96 and then get the restart underway, and then it's survival, and you want to be at the front for that. The aim of this is you've got to be near the front on lap 96 and just try hold track position. It's not going to be easy, but with the way this has been ran, you could well do it. So we will be getting restarted on this lap, and it'll be Tyler Davison who will lead us off. The old arch nemesis, Tyler Davison and Ridwan Hamza, 3-4 years ago, battling each other in GT racing. Battling each other in GT racing and trying everything to beat each other. They're back doing it again in Formula Virtual Racing, looking to beat each other for this famous race, to extend their lengthy FVR resumes. Ridwan's little pit lane dummy, as is someone's coming in for a refuel. I don't know why. It's probably just for comfort. To be fair, Charlie Goodrick is at the back of this one anyways. He may as well. If you're at the back, you may as well. So I do understand that in hindsight. Like, if you're Davison or Hamza, you just can't give up this position. You've got to just grim and bear it on the fuel. I don't see any problems with the fuel like we had last year. Where last year at this point in the race, we had, I'd say, 30 laps of green flag running. It wasn't as messy as this year has been. We had about 30 laps of green flag running. Then we had a caution with like 15 to go, I want to say. So they had to pit. Maybe didn't fuel enough, and then that's what happened to Legend Rosenberg through the final corner when he ran out of gas. Tyler Davison leads the Indy 250 with 11 laps to go upon restart. Ridwan Hamza is in second, Luke Davies in third, Morris Stumer is in fourth, then it is Adrian Tishy, JT Cunningham, Savio Musalem, and then it's Levi Rabbers, Charlie Goodrick, and Scott Sandover down the back. So the only one who could repeat is Scott Sandover, who currently sits last in the FVR Indy 250. This is a very important restart. Oh, dearie me. That is Ridwan Hamza, who has just become a jockey. That looks like a disconnect of some sort for Hamza. He's not getting going again. This is disastrous for Ridwan Hamza. This is disastrous for Ridwan Hamza, who is currently sat like a stranded whale on the backstretch of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway when he was running second in the Indy 250. This couldn't have gone worse for Ridwan. We're hardly going to go green. His car still sat there. It's going to disqualify him in a couple of moments. I'm shocked he's still here. I'm shocked it hasn't disqualified him yet. But that is a stricken race car. That is a stricken FR Racing Chevrolet. And there's not much Ridwan can do. Oh, apart from... See, the thing with Project Cars is if your wheel disconnects, actually, you're done. Just the menu pops up and there's no fixing it. Oh, I thought he had it sorted for a second. That car's in a really dangerous position as well. So it's not like we could just restart racing with Hamza sat there. It would have to be a forced retirement or something similar at this point. I don't get Tyler sometimes weaving right close, and there it is. Confirmation that the dream is done for Ridwan Hamza. So unfortunate. We'll have to find out what happened. It doesn't get much worse than that. We will go racing this lap, and this is going to be the last 10 laps. Will they all be green? I doubt it. But we will see. Davison versus Davies at the top of this one. Wow, what a battle this could be. Two very good friends, but they're not going to be friends for the last 10 laps. This is pure racing, and passion and determination is going to overtake any mutual bonding between the two. Davison will get us restarted and now puts foot to the floor as he exits his weave, and we go racing for the final 10 laps of the 2025 FVR Indy 250. The last 10 laps were some of the best we've seen in this organisation's history last year. There is nothing to say that this won't be of equal calibre. Davison leads Davies onto the backstretch. Luke Davies into the big toe that Davison will find very hard to defend unless he plants it on that inside. But outside line is viable. Savio Musalem and Scott Sandover are battling their way through the back. Adrian Tishy is still in contention in this one. What a win this would be for Adrian. If he was able to do it, that would truly be something. As a little nick of the wall for Luke Davies. That's not for the first time he's done that today. 9 to go at the line. JT Cunningham still in contention of this one as well. Top 4 have a bit of a schism in the field between themselves and Charlie Goodrick, but we know what a good driver Goodrick is. He will get back in contention in this one. You can bet your bottom dollar on it. Lap 91 now as the Project Cars 2 servers decide to show us what they're made of once again. Cunningham in the toe of Tishy. These two have made contact today, and they almost make contact once again as... Oh no! Is that a glitch? What's happened to those two? They're still okay, I think. Still running, just a little bit glitchy. Yep, still all running. I thought that was going to be another disconnect for Davison, and that would be truly horrible. As now, here comes Luke Davies looking for the race lead very early on. Neither of these four have ever been in a situation like this in FVR. Davison and Davies were not in contention for the win last year. Tishy wasn't in the contention either. And JD Cunningham, of course, on his Indy 250 debut. Luke Davies goes for the lead. Pulls to the outside. He'll try the sweep round the outside. Heading through turn number 3. They're still neck and neck. Still side by side. Davison perseveres for now. It won't be an overtake for the time being. Still side by side, almost 3 abreast in towards turn 1. Contact between all 4. Over goes Davies. Contact made. That you could smell that coming. All 4 battling. It's now JD Cunningham who is in the lead of the 250 as the caution comes out. Davison's got away with one there, I think. He has got away with one. This will be the final caution of the day, you feel. 4 wide. Silly stuff on the last 10 laps. Very, very silly stuff on the last 10 laps. As someone's still stuck upside... It's Luke Davies. Luke is still stuck upside down. Meaning he's going to go a lap down in this. There is a reset button, but I would be surprised if he has one binded. It's not something you'd ever think you need until you do a 250. Like, I haven't a clue who's going to win this. This is going to be anyone, as that is the current view of Luke Davies, who is going to hope to get a nudge from someone. We had a very funny moment on lap 19 earlier when JD Cunningham was upside down. Zauber gave a nudge and somehow ended upside down himself. Charlie Goodrick. Bash sends Luke into the air. This is Rocket League. That's not worked out. JD Cunningham's turn. Bang. Has that worked? Nope, he's going to go again. Well done, boys. This is excellent. The AMR safety team have nothing on FVR. True sportsmanship. Like, just pretend this isn't a sim. Pretend I'm a real Indy 500 commentator. This is a real Indy 500. Imagine me saying, with 6 laps to go, the second place driver has just crashed into the upside down 9th place driver and got him back on all 4s. Welcome to Project Cars 2. Hilarious. That is all I say. Thankfully we do these races with no damage. Imagine if we had damage on. That would be funny. That would be very funny, actually. We're not going to restart on this lap. We'll allow Davies to catch up and unlap himself, and then we will go. So it'll be 5 to go. We won't get another... unless there's a mass collision with... Unless there's a mass collision within the first 2 laps, then we'll get a caution. Other than that, we won't. Because with free... or once we start the... I think it's the final sector of the 3rd last lap, we can no longer have a caution. That's just to make sure to give us time to restart. So this might be the final neutralization of the race. But like, how do you play your cards here? If you're Cunningham or Goodrick, you want to get in front, lead at the front. If you're Davison, probably something similar. if you're Tishy, if you're Musalem, are you just sitting waiting for something to happen, or do you start trying to carve through? If you carve through, you're willing to risk your whole race. We saw what happened when Tishy tried to carve through with Cunningham just a couple of laps ago. That's what brought out this caution. What do you do if you're Davies? You're ninth. You have 5 laps to go. Could be your last FVR race for at least 6 months. Do you go for it? Do you send it? Well, I guess we'll find out. We're going to have 5 laps to go here for the 2025 FVR Indy 250. And it will be newcomer and American JD Cunningham who will get us race started here, with Charlie Goodrick in second position, who's done a very savvy fuel strategy. But they all should be good to the end. JD Cunningham puts the power down. Let's let battle commence at the Brickyard once again, and potentially for the final time. Brilliant restart by the Spider GT Honda, number 18, at the top of this field, who will lead us through 1 and through 2. Davison looking to try and get past Charlie Goodrick immediately, and potentially look to run his own race at the front of this. It was a difficult restart for Savio Musalem in the number 10 Chip Ganassi racing car. Here is Davison, right on the back of Charlie Goodrick. Cunningham looking to remain in the front, but Goodrick is trying to force the issue, and he had to attack. Attack is the best form of defence after all, and that is a slide, and that is contact made, and that is Davison's chances at the Indy 250 done. JD Cunningham remains in the lead. I think, was Luke Davies involved in that one as well? Yes, he was. We have 2 over. We might have another caution out here, but it is JD Cunningham who is still in the race lead. Goodrick in second. I'm not sure if the caution will be out, but certainly we've lost 3. Caution is out. That just goes to show this race. Just goes to show the way this race has been ran. It seems like we've all forgotten how to drive race cars. No one would finish with damage on. Adam, do you remember the Torpedo League one, where I think everyone was out by lap 20? So, this will be it. We will restart on this lap, and it will be 3 laps to the end, no matter what happens. If Levi Roberts wins this thing, by the way, then miracles do exist. JD Cunningham. Look at a win on his debut. He survived another restart, survived another attack from Goodrick. He just has to survive a few more and hope for the toe down the back straight. But, like, whoever's in 3rd or 4th in this one could still win it, because there could well be contact into the 2nd and 3rd final corner. We're going to go racing, and this time it will be for the final time, as we do not have enough laps left to bring out another caution. JD Cunningham heading towards the yard of bricks as battle will commence in the Brickyard once again, and it is an immediate move from Tyler Davison on Scott Sandover, and there's immediate contact made between Davison and Sandover, and they are into the wall, and maybe we do have enough time for one more caution, but JD Cunningham is still into the race lead. Slide from Charlie Goodrick, very big slide from Charlie Goodrick, does really well to hang on and get back into the draft of your race leader in front. 2 laps to go next time round at the line. JD Cunningham is in the race lead, or is he? Not a big slide for Charlie Goodrick. Holds on to it. Does he hold on to it? Okay, I think this is more to do with, this is a visual. As big collision. Levi Roberts is in the wall. Roberts is in the wall. Will remain at full racing speed. The caution can no longer come out. It's looking like it's going to be a shootout between JD Cunningham and Charlie Goodrick. The number 18 Spider GT Honda leads them through turn number 1. The white flag will be out next time round. That is a spin for Savio Musalem at the back. And this could still go to anyone. Luke Davies and Adrian Tishy are in prime position in 3rd and 4th for if something goes wrong between these two. Charlie Goodrick has sat behind. He stayed behind. He wants to remain in the slipstream for the last lap of the 2025 FVR Indianapolis 250 through turn 4 for the 99th time. White flag is out. We have 1 to go. It is American JT Cunningham versus Brit Charlie Goodrick. Goodrick looking to become the 3rd British man to win this race. Cunningham looking to become the 2nd American. to do it on home soil. Through turn number 1, Cunningham has the task of his life to weave his way through this final lap and try to fend off Charlie Goodrick. Maybe try something brave in towards turn number 3. One big overtaking opportunity to go. Has Goodrick left it too late? He's not really gaining on the slipstream. It's going to have to be something brave. JD Cunningham leads through the third final the second final corner, third corner on the circuit, and now the second final corner. It's gonna be a drag race to the line. Does the home hero have enough? Have America got their winner on home soil? JD Cunningham brings it to the yard of bricks to win on his debut at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Spider GT have done it at the Brickyard. JD Cunningham is the winner of the FVR Indianapolis 250 in 2025. What a win for Cunningham. Drove a perfect last 2 laps. Charlie Goodrick comes home in second. Luke Davies will finish on the podium in third. Adrian Tishy comes home, and I believe an FVR Indy 250 personal best in 4th position. Maurice Stumer in 5th. Savio Musalem in 6th. Levi Roberts in 7th. Scott Sandover in 8th. And then it is Tyler Davison who comes home in 9th with a flurry of disconnects as well. Very weird final lap. Very weird final lap. But it is JD Cunningham who wins the FVR Indy 250. What a result for him. And he is going to be delighted with that one. What a result, and what a pleasure to bring you the action here from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. FVR GT Championship returns tomorrow at the Tokyo doubleheader, so make sure you are around for that one, and feel free to sign up. There is spots still available, so make sure you get in for FVR GT. What a pleasure to bring you 2 hours and 30 minutes of uninterrupted FVR GT. No, this is not FVR GT, this is the Indy 250. FVR Indy 250 action. Folks, my name is Evan Dalton. Absolute pleasure as always. We'll leave you with our promotional video for the Indy 250 once again. That definitely is not stolen. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, stay well. I'll see you next time.